Hello everybody, and today I've got a checklist for you of 5 things that you need to make sure of during your practice that's going to ensure that you have a great backswing. Now, I spend a lot of time in my golf lessons fixing people's backswings because they get themselves into some funny precarious positions that make it almost impossible to get that club back to impact in the proper position. So if we can get our backswing very sound, really fundamental, it just makes the rest of the golf swing so much easier. So therefore, why would we not want to take the time to fix our backswing? So let's jump in here and let me give you the 5 positions or 5 key things that you need to look at as a checklist to make sure your backswing is correct. Okay, the number 1 thing on the checklist is I want you to really make sure that your ball position is correct. I want that ball position to be 2 inches inside your left heel for all of your golf clubs except for driver. Driver will move it a little bit farther forward. Now, why is that ball position so important? Because it allows us to accomplish the second thing in my checklist. And the second thing in my checklist is I need my left shoulder to rotate over my back foot and get behind the golf ball. Okay, so why is that ball position so important to step number 2 or checklist number 2? Well, if I play the golf ball way back in my stance, then I've got no chance of getting my upper body and my left shoulder behind the ball. So therefore, I'm always going to be in front of the ball, which is then going to make me have to flip or throw that club head at that golf ball in the downswing. And we all know what flipping and throwing the club head does. It creates really bad golf shots. So checklist number 1, make sure that that ball position is 2 inches inside your left heel for all of your shots. And now we've already touched on checklist number 2. Checklist number 2, number 2 item, left shoulder rotates behind the golf ball, getting my upper body over my back foot. Watch that we don't let our hips slide, okay? I want that lower body to be very solid, okay? I'm winding my upper body up against my lower body, but getting myself behind the golf ball. If I can get behind the golf ball, then on the downswing, I can unwind into the ball and turn through the ball, having a great pivot that's going to give me the maximum power. So now let's check out item number 3 on our checklist. The third position on my checklist for my backswing is I need to make sure that halfway back my club shaft is on plane. Okay? Now, what is on plane halfway back? I need the shaft of my golf club to be parallel to the ground and parallel to my target line. And you can see I've got a stick laying here on the ground representing my target line. I've laid another stick on the ground parallel to it, and this stick is basically right up underneath of my hands. This is a great practice station to use to make sure that your backswing is doing what you want it to do. It just gives you a really good guide here. So what I want is I want to use my pivot to move this golf club and get my golf club right on top of this stick that's on the ground. So checklist item number 3, position number 3. I need my shaft on plane, which is parallel to the ground and parallel to my target line. Now, checklist item number 4 is I really want to make sure that that club face is square at that halfway back position, okay? And what does square look like? Square is going to be when I get back here and my club shaft is on plane, I want the leading edge of that golf club to match up to my spine, okay? So if I went back here and that toe is sticking straight up in the air, that leading edge is not matching my spine. That's an open club face. If I went back and that face of the club is looking at the ground too hard, that's not in line with my spine. That's a closed club face. Now, what are the big errors that I see with my students when I'm checking this position? So it's checklist point number 3 and checklist point number 4, what are the problems that I see? Well, one big thing that I see a lot of people do is on the backswing, they push their hands away from their body and they will twist this golf club back behind them, okay? As they do that, they open that club face up drastically. So not only is the shaft not on plane, my hands have moved away from my body, but now I've opened the club face, okay? Just a disaster, okay? Another big problem that I see with people in this first half of the backswing is they tend to take that golf club back too low and under the plane, and they get that golf club head way back behind them, okay? I think most people are making this mistake because they're trying to make an in to out swing. They're trying to avoid coming over the top. And to be frankly honest with you, getting that club head back behind you really leads you to an over the top move, because once I've got it back here behind me, I can't keep going around behind me. My arms aren't made to go there. So what happens is I end up lifting, I lift, I get in a really bad position up here, which then makes me come over the top in the downswing. So checklist points 3 and 4 deal with that golf club halfway back at about waist high. And again, I want the shaft of my club on plane, which is parallel to the ground and parallel to my target line. And I want that face square, which is in line with my spine. Position number 5 in my checklist is going to be what my left arm looks like at the top of the backswing. Now I've put a stick in the ground right here, and this stick is coming out of the ground at the same angle that my shaft is coming out of the club head. I've got a 7-iron here, so this stick is now representing my plane line, okay? What I want to get to at the top of the backswing, after I've found checklist number 3 and 4, I want to go to the top of the backswing, and I want my left arm parallel to my plane line. I want my left wrist to be flat, and I want that club face in line with the back of my left wrist and my forearm. That's a square position. If we found the square position halfway back, chances are our club face is going to be really good and square up here at the top, but you can check it to make sure. So again, I want to find checklist 3 and 4, go to the top of my backswing, left arm parallel to the plane, shaft in line with the back of my, club face in line with the back of my left wrist. Well, there's my 5 positions of our checklist for our backswing. And I know what you're sitting there thinking is, man, how can I think about all of that stuff while I'm making my golf swing? Well, don't think about it all while you're making your golf swing. A lot of this stuff that you can do at home, you can practice at home. You can set up every station that I had at home and just make sure you're doing nice repetitions at home, training yourself to find those positions, okay? You can get yourself in a mirror, put the mirror back to your side and turn around and look and make sure that you find those positions. I've got several videos that I've created that have those drills in them. So make sure that you're finding all of these positions on the checklist. And like I said, when you find all of these positions in the backswing, it really, really makes the downswing so much easier, and it's going to improve your ball striking so much. Well, I would like to thank all of y'all for coming in and watching this video. It's what I do here on my channel. I just try and provide you with great golf information that's going to help you improve your game, okay? And so if you're new and you want some great golf information, hit that subscribe button for me. Drop me a comment below. I would love to hear your thoughts on this backswing, okay? And if you're doing some of these drills, let me know if it's helped your ball striking, okay? Because ultimately, I want to help you play better golf. Well, thank you so much for coming in and watching. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see y'all in the next video.